Alright guys, so here's the review of the Liberum DMD 001. So this is a pretty interesting watch. As you can see from what we've got here, this is actually a modular watch. So not only can you change out the straps, you can also change out the case as well. As you can see, you've got a couple here. So when it comes to the actual package, if you do end up backing the Kickstarter, which will be going live probably when this video comes out, but all the details will be down in the description as always. So you will actually get all of these straps and these cases, but obviously you will only get the one movement. So you can either get this grey kind of black coloured one, or you can get the white one. When it comes to the final Kickstarter version, this is going to be changed slightly though, this white one. They can have black surrounds on the indices and the hands, so it will stand out a bit better, because at the moment the indices especially do kind of blend in a bit. So it is good that they've changed that. You're probably wondering, how is it going to work? What system are they using? So if I show this one quickly, so you can see we've got a little kind of screw thing on the top here, and you do that using this tool. So that will just go in there, and then you can just unscrew it. There's another one on the bottom, and then this will pop off, and then when it does, you can just have the movement like that, and you can see it's pretty nicely done. We've actually got a custom rotor on this NH35, so I do appreciate that. And then if you want, you can just pop any other case on, just clips over there, and again you just put those screws back in and it will be held in place securely. So I'll quickly pop it back on the other one for now. And then you can see you've got it back on there. It's really simple to do. I would show you on camera, but it's a little bit fiddly to do through looking on the camera. But it literally takes probably about a minute, if that, to unscrew it, put another one on, pop it back on, and then obviously you can switch out all the straps as well. So when it comes to switching the straps, they do clip into these little plastic bits, which, granted, it is plastic, so eventually it probably will end up wearing out. I can't attest to that long term, how it's going to hold up, but we'll get all this out of the way and I'll show you what it's like on the strap. So here's what it looks like. It does integrate pretty nicely, although if you do flex it a bit, there is a little bit of a gap there. Apparently they're going to try and improve on that, because as well as those plastic clips I mentioned earlier, it also works with quick release too. So you've got 2 points of contact there, so you've got the actual spring bar with the quick release and then those little plastic clips. But it seems secure enough from my testing at the moment, but as I say, I can't comment on the long-term durability of it. In fact, I'll quickly show you what it's like on one of those straps, the actual connection. So grab this white one, you can see there we've got those little plastic clips, and then they slide into that case bit that I was talking about earlier, and then you've got those quick release spring bars as well. So these are the two I've been wearing. Well, these are the two combinations I've been wearing mainly. So I've got the white dial there with the blue case and strap, and then the black dial, well, black grey dial on this green one. But obviously you can mix and match as much as you want. You can even have different colour case and strap together if that's your thing. And as I say, if you do end up backing this, you can either go for white dial or this grey black dial, and then you will get all the interchangeable straps. So now we've gone over how it all works, let's go over the dimensions. So we've got a diameter of 42mm, thickness of 12, lug width of 20, and then the all important lug to lug is coming in at 48.5. So yeah, 42mm is on the larger side. It would have been nice if they'd made it 40 or possibly even 38, but perhaps they could do that if they do another version maybe, because I'm sure that'd appeal to quite a lot of people, especially if you've got a smaller than 7-inch wrist, because that 42 might be a touch big. But again, with that 48.5mm lug to lug, you might be okay. But I'll show you what it's like on wrist in a bit. So let's get a zoom in on that dial. So you can see it's a fully printed dial, nothing applied. Got that Liberum branding at the top, the model number at the bottom, and an automatic. Another good thing is the date window on this is actually colour matched. So with this white one, you've got a white date wheel, and then with the black one, well, sorry, grey one, you've got a grey date wheel. So I do like that they've done that. Little attention to detail. Something you might not have noticed before when we were zoomed out, we have actually got a bezel, although it isn't really all that useful because when you're normally wearing it, you can't really see it, and obviously it doesn't rotate because it's just part of the case. On both dial options, we've also got red accents along with the tip of the second hand, also that automatic text. But again, don't forget, this white dial version will end up having black around the indices and the hands to make them stand out more. Because at the moment, as I say, it's not the most legible. So let's quickly test whether we've got sapphire crystal on this. Using the trusty diamond selector 2. And yep, we have got sapphire crystal. Quickly test out the back. And the back, as you can see, is just mineral. Which, given the price, you can understand it's not too big a deal. But it is really nice that we've got sapphire on the front. Not something you'd probably expect for this kind of watch, or this kind of price even. Because I've been thinking of this, basically, as an automatic G-Shock alternative, for obvious reasons. With that case, it's just got that kind of feel to it. But again, it is automatic, and we've got sapphire as well. So, 2 big improvements over that. So, in terms of durability, this should be pretty good. To go along with that, we've also got 100 meter water resistance. So, this current version is just a push-pull crown, but the final version will be a screw down. So, we've popped it out. You can see the second hand stop there. It's because I popped it out twice. It's a little bit awkward to get in there because it does come flush with that case, so you have to get your nail in underneath, but they'll probably change that, I'm guessing, when they do the improved screw down version, because again, this is just a prototype. So if I pop that back in again, try and do it just the once, and then we can change the date. As I said before, pop it out twice, second hand stops. Obviously you can change the time, NH35, the usual stuff. So all works well, and then obviously you've got a hand winding as well. So it is nice to see that kind of movement on this kind of watch, because you really don't expect it. It's not something you expect from this kind of look of watch. You'd expect some kind of cheap quartz movement. So let's quickly look at the strap on this. So when it comes to the hardware, we've got Liberum branding on there, and that is just a brushed finish. And then we've also got it on one of the keepers, as well as on the back of the strap. It is nicely finished, nice and soft, supple, no issues there. Quickly show you the custom rotor as well, because that is a nice touch. And there it is. Do appreciate they've gone to the effort of doing a custom rotor. And then we've just got the usual specs around the outside. So it actually says on this one that it is 50 meter water resistance. That's just for this prototype though. So again, a nice little upgrade. And now let's quickly check out what the lume's like on this. So you can see we've got a little bit there already, but let's charge it up, give it a fair chance. But again, bear in mind, this is a prototype, so it's probably not going to be entirely reflective of how the final version will look. And there we go. So initially, it's actually pretty good. It's consistent across the hands and the indices, which is good to see. No patchiness there. When it comes to longevity though, it's not the best. So they say it's C3, which it does look like, yeah. But they can do with a few more layers. It's not going to be lasting you all night. Tends to fade after about, probably, I don't know, say about an hour at the most, probably. Something like that. So, not brilliant, but again, this is a prototype, so hopefully they'll improve that for the final version. So all that's left to do now is show you how they wear on wrist, and show you a couple of different combinations as well. So, here's this white and blue one on my 7-inch wrist. And as I say, with that pretty, well, smaller than you'd expect lug-to-lug measurement in relation to the 42mm case diameter, it still wears quite well on my 7-inch wrist. There is a tiny bit of curvature to those lugs, but not a lot. But the fact that it's under 50mm for me makes it wearable. So if you've got a smaller than 7-inch wrist, this might not be good for you. Perhaps if you're just under 7, you could probably get away with it. Anything less than that, I probably wouldn't. So perhaps it'd be nice if they did do a 40mm, or possibly even a 38 at some point down the line, if this is successful. But in terms of the overall comfort, as I say, really soft, really soft strap, really comfortable, so fits well. I've got it on the second to last hole. I tend to fluctuate between second and third to last, depending on how warm it is. But at the moment, I'm wearing it on the 2. So if you're a bigger guy, you've got plenty of room there. Not going to be a problem at all. But now, let's see what it's like with the green one. And this is what it looks like with the green, with that grey black dial. I think it goes well. And again, nice and comfortable. The only slight issue being there is a tiny bit of gap there, as I mentioned earlier, but hopefully that is going to be getting improved for the final version, along with the other couple of tweaks I've mentioned throughout the review. But the question is, would you be going for this all one colour option, or would you be bold and be mixing and matching? Let's give you a quick look, see what some of those look like. So here's the grey and the green. Let me know, what do you think? Would you be trying something like this? Does this work for you? And again, you can see there a little bit of a difference in the fitting with these two. So again, hopefully that will be rectified for the final version. But what do you think of the look? Let's try one more. And here's the blue and the white. I have to admit, I do actually think this one looks pretty good. I think I might actually wear this. The other one I'm not too sure about. All the colour combinations, obviously there's far too many for me to show, but if you go on the website you can check out the configurator and get a rough idea of how they're going to look. But if you're interested in picking this one up, as I say, don't forget to get in on that Kickstarter early so you can get the best possible price, pick up yourself a bargain. But that's it for this one, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.